Hello, field partners. Gene Donahue here. I wanted to thank you for answering the prayer of those children that cry out, give us today our daily bread, for managing and operating an efficient and successful and fruitful ministry in the country and where you serve. We have put together a training video for your reference of the MEAL program that is installed on the iPads that we've provided for you. MEAL stands for Monitoring, Evaluation, Administration, and Logistics. In each of those areas, we go through each of the steps and different tools that are available to you to properly manage that space within your ministry. We trust and believe that this program will be a good tool and a blessing and allow you to do more and more abundantly in the areas and ministries that you serve in. So please take your time to view the video and to spend as much time as you need to in each of the modules until you fully comprehend. Should you have any feedback, questions, or need some assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out to Julie or myself here in the office. So again, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for doing what you do across the globe. And thank you for being a part of the family of Feed the Hungry.
Hi guys, this is Julie from Feed the Hungry in South Bend, Indiana. Today I am going to walk you through how to use Filemaker and input data for children that you're feeding through our Every Child Every Day program. This is important because we need a way to be able to easily access information about the children that we are feeding and to be able to track their data and their growth. So by implementing this program and by inputting the data, it's going to help us have a better overall picture of that. Okay, so first of all, we're going to open the Filemaker Go application, which is in the center of this screen. It is the white file with the blue background. And click that. And that is going to take us into our program. Specifically for our use, we're going to use the program MEAL. So you can click that. And for this example, we're going to be looking at the country of Uganda, and you see that in the right-hand side of the screen. As you can tell, there are a breakdown of regions for Uganda, and as you click on the down arrow, it's going to take you further into this region. It'll take you into the departments and provinces. So we'll hit the down arrow on the right side. You can see that you have a large list here. These are your districts. And if you don't see the district that you're looking for, then just let us know and we can add that for you. So those are some cities that I've added that have programs in them. If you hit the arrow on the left side, the orange arrow next to Adelang, then it will take you into the different programs that we have created. So we have Acts Gospel Church, Freedom Fighters Food Hall, Jesus Christ School of Uganda, New Life Orphanage. And so I'll take you through here in a moment how to add a program, but first let's talk about a couple things here. So obviously you see the program name is the first category, and that's just what your program's called. The second category is the distribution site. So this can be where you would pick up the food. So maybe like as you notice, Acts Gospel Church and Jesus Christ School of Uganda both pick up at Site 2. So that would be just where they go and pick up the food once it arrives in country. And so for the type, you can have a church, dining hall, school, or orphanage. So we're going to go ahead and just go into one of these, and then I'll talk you through what it looks like to add a child, and then we'll also add a child. Okay, so Michael King, he is here. Michael King is a male, and he was last measured on June 24th, 2019. So this is going to be where all of your children that are in that program will be listed. And as you can see at the bottom, it says the city, the district, the region, and the province. So here is a perfect example of what we want a child's information screen to look like. You can see Michael King, male, his birthday is June 24th, 2014. He is in K1, 92 centimeters, he weighs 14 kilograms. His middle upper arm circumference is 15 millimeters. And so here you're just giving an overall understanding of what Michael was like when he came to you and just his current situation. So Michael has been receiving meals from the church since this program started in 2018. He came to us so malnourished that he was started on Manna Pack potato meals. And so that's just an overall screenshot of where he's at. And then the testimony, you can see, excuse me, this screen is where you're going to give testimonies of what Michael's experience has been so far. And so you have the name, witness, location, and then details. And then from there you can add media, which we will go through here in a moment. Michael was enrolled in school this past summer. He has gained 2 kg since he began the program in 2018. He recently gave his heart to the Lord and received his first Bible. Michael recently told me he wants to be a pastor when he is older. And then, as I said, you will be able to add media from here. And there's also, if you're looking beside the trash can delete sign, there's a little squiggle mark. And this is an authorization form that basically says that we have permission here in the United States to use photos of Michael and that is okay. So this is just very much a legal form, and it covers our bases so that we don't get in any trouble here by using these photos of the children. So this is very important. Okay, I'm going to hit the back arrow and we are going to walk through this from the very beginning. So we hit the down arrow and are going to enter into a beam, and this is where you would add a city. You just hit where the add plus sign is and then you type in a city. So Jonestown. Now Jonestown is added. So when you hit the little pencil here, you can edit Jonestown. And when you hit the arrow, you can enter into it, and it will ask you if you would like to create a program. So that's when you're going to hit create, program name, River of Life Church, words are hard, distribution site, site 1, and then it's a church. And so then from there you can hit the arrow again, and this is where you're going to create the children. I'm going to take us back out into Adeling, and we're going to work from here for this video. So I'm just hitting the back arrow again. Okay, so let's add another child, and we'll add him to Acts Gospel Church. So you have Michael there, and then on the top right you have the plus sign. You hit the plus sign, and I'm going to be using a keyboard for this tutorial. So you're not going to see the keyboard pop up on the screen, but when you're adding children, your keyboard will pop up on the screen. Okay, so here you have the option to add a photo of the child. And so for the measurement screen, what we're going to want for these photos is we're going to want a full body shot of this child. And you're going to have to take a photo every single time you add the photo here. It's not going to give you the option to take it from the gallery. So hit the click to take photo box, and then your camera is going to pop up. And then, so this is a great shot of a child. So you can tell where she's at weight-wise, and you can see that her legs are pretty skinny. The larger the frame for the child, the better. You can get the full body. So Maya is in first grade, and we're gonna say Maya is 91 centimeters. And that she weighs 20 kilograms. and that her middle upper arm circumference is 160 millimeters. Okay, so notes, again, just basic overview of where the child is at. Okay, we have just added Maya's information. I cannot stress to you how important it is to have Maya's birthday be accurate. I know that we don't always know the birthdays of the children that come to us. Sometimes they don't even know their birthday. But if you have any idea of how old they might be, please enter that data. This is important because it helps us with our data analysis in order to know where these children are at in their growth stages so that we can have an understanding of their progress. So please try to make sure that the birthday is as accurate as possible. Okay, so you know a little bit about Maya here. That is in her main screen, her measurement screen. Now we're gonna add a testimony for Maya. So click testimony over here on the right side, and you hit add. Are you sure you want to add a new testimony for Maya Gung? Yes. And so here is the screen where you add the testimony. Maya Gung, witness, Jeff Tilt, and then it has the location and details. Okay, so there is just a quick testimony for Maya. It just, states the progress of things that have happened since she's been coming to the feeding program. And it also shows her desires and dreams. And then we're gonna go ahead and add some media. So you have a few different options here. You can hit add down here on the right beside media. And so you can add audio, which is going to take you into, you add audio and then you hit media. And so this is going to take you into recording. So this would just be something great if you don't have the resources to jot down a few notes about something that's happening for a testimony, and you just want to record a person, and then you can go back and you can digitize it later. Okay, I'm not going to record that right now because then it would cancel out this audio. So I'll hit cancel. And then another type of media could be a picture. And this is going to take you into photo taking mode again. You can take a picture of your screen, or else you can even take a selfie if you turn the camera around. Hello. Okay, I'll cancel out of that. And then another type you can do is pulling from your photo library, and then hit media again. And then all photos, here's a photo from a child in Honduras. Okay, great. So now you've got the media of the children. And let's go back to that last one, which is a video. Hit media in the center again, and then it takes you into recording, which again, I'm not going to do because that would end our current video. So those are your options for media types. And if you hit cancel, it's going to delete whatever it is that you're working on. So just be aware of that. This is a permanent deleting and you cannot retrieve it. I'm going to hit yes because there's not any media that I was trying to attach just there. Okay. So now you see that we have some media here for Maya. We have a photo and then we have written details as well. And like I said before, the little squiggly line right there, the pen writing the squiggly line, is where you're going to come into this testimony consent screen, which is very important so that we are able to use photos of the children to tell our donors what's happening overseas, the impact that they're having, because if it wasn't for our donors, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. So it's so important that they have an understanding of the impact that their donations are helping to make. Okay, so I'm gonna hit the print name part right here on the top, and once I hit that box, I can say, this is Maya Gung's mom. So let's say Leah Gung. And so then Leah Gung is going to remain there, and I'm going to say, I authorize that my child's name and identity may be revealed in descriptive text or commentary in connected with the images. Or I'm going to say, I do not authorize that my child's name and identity may be revealed in descriptive text or commentary in connection with the images. Leah is going to go ahead and approve this and authorize this. And then I'm going to hit inside this box that says parent/guardian signature. And it is going to pull up a box where I can put my finger on the iPad and I can actually sign with my finger. So for the purpose of this video, you see how bad my cursive is. Okay, so now we have Leah's signature. We hit accept, and it's going to show right there. And so now this form is on Maya's file that her mom has given permission for her information to be used. And so we're going to hit the back screen, and it takes us back to our list of children that are participants in the program. But I'm also going to show you the other option that you have. So I'm going to hit the arrow back into Maya's screen. And from here, you can also look on the top right-hand side of the screen and hit the plus sign, and it will take you into adding another child. So from here, you could go into Yemen Low. And then you could start adding the details for Layman as well. And hit the back screen. Obviously, you can see that Yemen doesn't have any information. Let's say that we're not actually going to be feeding Yemen and I just want to delete him. You can do so by hitting this trash can button on the right, and it says delete child. Keep in mind this is permanent, and you do not want to be doing this if you are going to be feeding the child. So delete child, permanently delete this entire record. Yes. Okay, so now you see that we are back to just our 2 children that we're feeding in our program, Acts Gospel Church. I'm going to hit the back screen and just take us back into the different regions. And so that's everything that you're going to need to know here for the main screen of the country. If you hit the 3 arrows on the top left side of the screen beside Feed the Hungry, it's going to take you into a couple more options. So the ECED is the Every Child, Every Day program that we have been working in. So when I hit that, it just takes us to this main screen. When I hit it again and I hit testimony, this one is taking us to our entire list of testimonies. And as you'll notice, there are children. Maya's there. We just talked about her. Michael is there. We just talked about him as well. Why this is different than the testimony that you're going to go through the child's page is that testimonies here might be for a family, or they might be for a person that you've encountered that's not a child that you're feeding on a regular basis. But let's say that you meet somebody and they just have this incredible story that you, through a single feeding, happened, or through the ministry of Feed the Hungry has happened, but you're not regularly feeding them. This is where you would add that. So if you hit the plus sign, it's going to take you through the exact same screen as before, only it doesn't have all the measurements and things as well. So you might say Micah Ida. Okay, so Micah Ida, and then you would type the location, and let's say Baru, or it auto-corrected, Baru, Uganda. Okay, and so then you'd put a witness there again, and then the details of their testimony. So you might just talk about how and so then let's say you want to take a picture of Micah and his chickens. Then you would hit the plus sign on the media again. And there you'll see your options to record audio, take a picture, draw from your photo library, or record a video. Okay, so again, it's going to prompt us if we want to delete it. I didn't add anything, so I am going to delete it. And now you can just hit the back arrow again, or I'm sorry. First, we want to get consent. So Micah is an adult. We hit this little pen with a squiggly again, and there Micah can consent for himself because he is an adult, and he authorizes, and his signature again. Accept, back arrow, auto saves. Back arrow again. And now we see that Micah is added to our testimony list. All right, our next feature that we're going to talk about, if you hit the 3 lines on the top left, is the inventory. This is important so that we can see how much food you're consuming on a daily, weekly, or monthly basis. Okay, so let's say that you get a shipment of 10,000 boxes of food in, okay? And that you notice that you have consumed 200 boxes of food in a week, and that's how many you consumed this last week. So you're going to add that inventory. And so what this is doing is this is just giving us an understanding of what your feeding patterns look like. And it's going to give us a big picture understanding of what the amount of food that you have on hand, and so that we can see what those patterns are, and that way that we can make sure that you're not running out of food. We never ever want you to run out of food. We always want you to have enough to feed the people that are coming to you, because that's what we're about. You know, we're feeding the hungry. And so this is really important, and I want to stress that whether you're updating this weekly or monthly, that it should be updated. Okay, so now you have a lot of information that needs to come to us, and that information won't just automatically transfer over. You have to find an internet source, and you have to go about the proper procedure in order to get that information to us. So we're going to hit those 3 bars again on the left hand side, and you'll notice under inventory there is a sync button. This is how you're going to get the information to us. However, I need you to know that this could take a while depending on how many children and how much data you are syncing to us. So you're going to want to make sure that you have a good internet connection, and that you also have a fair amount of time to put into this. So hit the sync button. Are you sure you'd like to sync? Yes, I would. And as you can see in the bottom, it really quickly, because I didn't have a ton to add, records remaining to import. And it just goes through them and it imports them. And so pretty quick here, because I think I only added 3 or 4 children prior to recording this for you since the last time I'd synced. And so it tells you when it's been successful. And you know that now Jonathan here in the United States can see it, I can see it, Jean can see it, that we can all see it, that we know how much food you've been using because you've updated that. We have access to Maya's testimony, and we can see the measurements that have happened there. So we want to hit OK, and it takes us back out here to the meal screen. All right, so there's one more thing I would like to talk to you about. Let's go back into the meal program. Hit the 3 bars again on the top left. And at the bottom of this left-hand side, you'll see update V.201904250001. Okay, that is how you're going to make sure that when Jonathan, our program writer for this meal program, when he is making changes to this program, this is how you're going to receive those changes. So again, you're going to need an internet connection here, and you're going to hit the update V2019 April 25 update 001. It says you have the current version, so check back later. So there's nothing to update. You hit OK. We will let you know when you need to update that, and that's how you do it. So let's say you hit this And if there was an update, then it would tell you that you don't have the current version. Would you like to update? And you would hit OK. And again, you just need to make sure that you have a good, strong internet connection for the time of this update. All right, friends, that is how you use our meal program on FileMaker, how we can track the children that you are feeding, how we can see the growth and the change that is happening within their bodies, both physically and spiritually. This is such a wonderful tool that has been developed, and we're so thrilled that you have an opportunity to use it and to relay this information to us so that we can then relay it to our donors, and we can all celebrate and give God the glory of what He's doing through so many different people here at Feed the Hungry. And we are so grateful to have you on our team, and we love you and we appreciate you, and we hope that this program is as useful as we are anticipating that it will be. Hope you have a terrific day. Thank you.